something very important to think about when you're taking an animal, a bird, from a cage situation to somewhere where it's going to use up a lot of energy, where it's going to be running and jumping and flying and exploring, is it's going to start to use up its reserves, the B vitamins, particularly B2, riboflavin. And what happens is you'll start to see them sitting down quite a lot, then they start limping, then they start to become paralysed, the ends of the toes start to curl up. That's one of the symptoms, and you need to get some B2 into them reasonably quickly. And once you do that, it's amazing how quickly they'll come back to being quite normal. They only need a small amount of it, but when it's missing, you really notice the difference. And the unfortunate thing is that curl toe paralysis, if left, is fatal. I'm going to give him some riboflavin in the form of yeast flakes. It's good form. Let's see if... come on. Oh, he's looking for something better. Oh no, he's eating them. Now there is another way of feeding. I found a very successful way of feeding yeast flakes, and that is to get a fly, and a dead fly, because they love flies, and powder him all over with the yeast flakes, and then they'll eat the fly and eat the yeast flakes at the same time. But actually that he likes yeast flakes, so that's good. The other one, a different case, he's definitely got a riboflavin deficiency. It's a very common thing in all game birds, quail, guinea fowl. Yeah, he's eating it nicely. They usually like the taste as well. It's quite a strong taste, but they seem to love it. If you haven't got access to organic yeast flakes, then another good source of vitamin B2 is chopped raw liver. Or there is also a product, a spread, which my sister used successfully when she couldn't get yeast flakes, and that's called Marmite. It's an old-fashioned, I think it's an English or British spread, and you can get that and put it on a little piece of bread or something and feed that to them. They'll eat that too. And it worked for her, so I shouldn't see why it shouldn't work for anybody else. It's much easier to do this with a chick because they're so much bigger. You can actually put it in their beaks, but these you can't. They're so tiny, so it's great when they'll actually do it themselves. Looks like he wants to sleep now. There you are, have a bit more. That's good. But I'd rather give it pure like this rather than mixed with something else, so you can actually see they are eating it, because they really need to get some of this down them. And I've mixed into this a little powdered Brazil nut for selenium, because that's another thing game birds are deficient in often. And as I say, these deficiencies will show up within the first week of life when they start doing more activities than they would normally do if they're going to be brought up in cages. They're not going to do much, but mine are going to be out running, jumping, and that's when these deficiencies show up. Oh, he's eating that really well. That's excellent. He's making his happy noise, so he's enjoying eating it. I think he's a malinger, he's just got a bad foot. Well, this other one, I'm going to go and try the fly experiment with him to get more into him. Here's the gourmet fly. Oops, there you go. Try some of this, try this lovely fly. That's it, that's it. He's actually eating the flakes, which is good. He perhaps didn't really like the spoon. Yeah, that's excellent. It doesn't even need the gourmet fly. And if all else fails, mix it in. Come back. Mix it in with some of the things you know he'll eat, and he's bound to pick up two at the same time. The little brown quail, back on his feet again.